I'm Chris Grove, cybersecurity strategist. I have to update you on that. Okay. So thank you for the congratulations, too. Oh. With Nozomi Networks. We're proud to be here again for another ARC, and thank you for giving us the time. Stop by our booth in case I don't get out to the end. We have some cool giveaways and stuff. But what we do, we started as a company 2006, I think, or years ago, long before we had a product on the market. Our first customer was a large-scale oil and gas company, and it was more of a private product for just them, and so large scale is in our DNA. And then after that, we had a large power company, and so our second customer was also very large scale. And around that time, a bunch of other companies had entered the marketplace, and Nozomi was kind of an afterthought. A lot of companies were testing all these other products, but we weren't really there at the table. Then we started getting more popular in the marketplace after we got funding and really built the company up and sort of came from the back of the pack, and now we're debatable. I would say we're in the top 1, but a lot of people would at least say we're in the top 3. So we've done a lot with our technology. We were born behind an air gap in an ICS environment, specifically to look at threats to industrial control systems. And over the years, we have found ways to expand how we deploy our product and get into those darker nooks and crannies. So besides just listening to a spam port, we also have ways that we can deploy like ruggedized hardware, Cisco Cyber, the RuggedCom, sorry. We have containers. We do ARM chips, not just the regular Intel type CPUs that you'll find. We have virtual editions as well. We handle multiple hypervisors, not just VMware. We also work with clouds, so not just one cloud. We work with multiple cloud providers. But we did start behind the air gap. We started our product meant to be built and run without the help of any outside entities. Years ago, that's kind of the way the market was. But it has changed, and we've added something called Vantage, which is an overlay of our product. So rather than asking our customers, would you like to make a choice? Do you want to try to stay on-prem, or do you want to go to the cloud? What we've done is found a way that they can have their cake and eat it too. The data lives on-prem and in the cloud, and we have a whole set of benefits from our cloud compute product that you can't do with on-prem. On-prem, you have a piece of hardware there, and there's going to be boundaries and limits to what you can do with that. So what we do is we keep that in our marketplace, but then we also have customers that are using the cloud with the benefits of the cloud without having to give up the on-prem stuff. So we have a high level of cyber resiliency, meaning that if, let's say, the data center is dark and you can't get into it and you want to know why, I can log into the cloud and see the last thing that hit that data center was a cyber attack. Or let's say I'm in the data center and I can't get out for some reason. Maybe the front door is flooded or whatever. There's a DDoS attack on the firewalls. So I can log in locally and see that from the inside of my network. We also have networks like that are on disconnected geographical areas, like offshore on a oil rig. That's going to be a hard network to connect up to a lot of networking. So what we've done is by offering like we call it a 4-tier, but it's kind of a 3+ tier architecture, where you have your base unit, we call it a Guardian. That's your main brain of the operations. 1 tier, you have to have that. Then we have the ability to offer to add remote collectors below that. That kind of gives you a 2nd tier. Then we have a manager of the Guardians. So now you can really expand out and get that 3-tier architecture that you'd expect. Because on the IT side, when we come in with the cybersecurity products and we're talking to the OT side, there's certain things that they're looking for. HA, 3-tier, management, sustainability, being, a lot of things on their shopping list. There's also a lot of things on the OT side that we have to address as well. So by kind of trying to blend the cloud with the on-prem technologies, we're really offering the best of both. So you do get vulnerability assessment. We have device fingerprinting, network analysis, risk management, alerting for known attacks on the network, plus anomaly detection. And our anomaly detection doesn't just look at the network, looking at point A to point B, has it ever talked before? That's pretty basic anomaly detection. That's free. We've had that since the 90s. But now we're doing, not we as a company since the 90s, but that's been out there for a long time. Now what we're able to do is, how did I get 7 seconds? Yeah. We do anomaly detection way beyond just the network. We look at the actual ICS transactions, and we can tell you if a PLC was stopped and started, was there a download, was there a firmware update, which which hardware module on that chassis has which firmware. And then even beyond that anomaly detection, we go another layer deeper and look at the actual parameters and set points. So if I'm spinning the motor at 100 RPMs and all of a sudden someone sends 120, we would inspect that industrial protocol down to the payload level and apply our anomaly detection to the actual set points that are being done there. And then flow rate, how fast do you set those? If the e-stop button is only once every month and I pushed it once a week, we can raise an anomaly on that. So we go very deep in the anomaly detection. And if you're interested, my name's Chris Grove again, and I have two handsome-looking colleagues right there. And there you go with the hands raised in case you got my friend Greg mixed up there by accident. So feel free to reach out to us and catch us either at the booth or here. Thank you, and again, thanks for your time.